Hey guys, I'm Paul the Motor Guy. Now let me ask you a question. Why do we drop our motorcycles when doing slow speed maneuvers such as U-turns? Well, the obvious answer is, as the motorcycle is leaned over, we put the clutch in, which removes power from the rear wheel, and the motorcycle falls over. Well, in this video, I'm not going to talk about what we do, but I'm going to give you my opinion on why we do it. And I guarantee you haven't heard this on any other channel. So hang tight. Now, I've been teaching slow speed maneuvers for a long time, and we all have the same issues. We put in the clutch and we put our foot down to catch our fall. So this is what I normally see when it comes to riders making U-turns. So they're riding in, they're setting up for the U-turn. Now, they're building up stress and anxiety as they're riding and get ready to start their U-turn. Then as the motorcycle leans over, they feel like they're falling, so they put in the clutch and they put their foot down. If I've seen this once, I've seen this a billion times. So the way I look at it when it comes to teaching is this. If we all have the same fears and apprehensions, what is it we all have in common that makes us share those fears or apprehensions? I believe that it's important to understand why we're doing something instead of just telling the student to stop pulling in the clutch. So what makes it so hard when it comes to doing slow speed maneuvers such as your U-turn? Now, in my opinion, what makes this so difficult is we all have some natural defensive mechanism that makes this hard. So let me explain. Now I can stop 100 people, line them up in a line, all facing one direction. And then I can run up from behind and shove everybody as hard as I can forward. Now, what would each person do as they're falling forward? That's right. They'll put their hands out to catch their fall. Now, that's a natural defensive mechanism. You didn't have to go to school for that. You didn't have to pay me to teach you that. We all have that natural defensive mechanism. Now, I was babysitting my 1-year-old grandson a couple of years ago, and he was learning to walk. And as he was walking, he tripped and fell. And what did he do? He put his hand out to catch his fall. Now, he was 1 year old at the time. Nobody taught him that. That's a natural defensive mechanism. So what I found is this, that whenever we get in that U-turn and we get that body leaned over and we feel like we're falling, we do two things. One, we put the clutch in and we put our foot down. But if you break it down, all your body is doing is when you lean that motorcycle and you feel like you're falling, it wants to ball up to protect itself. So because your hand is covering the clutch, you inadvertently squeeze the clutch in, which then causes you to lose power to the rear wheel, and then the motorcycle wants to fall over. And then you have to put your foot out to catch your fall. Now, me putting my foot out is the same as me putting my hands out, but I can't put my hands out because they're on the handlebars. So as you can see, your body's doing the natural thing that it's designed to do. Now, I always tell my students that you have to start to reprogram your brain when it comes to slow speed maneuvers. So instead of when you feel like you're falling, doing this, which is what your body wants you to do, you need to do the opposite. So if I'm leaned over, I feel like I'm falling. If I let a little more clutch out, the motorcycle will stay where it's at or will come up out of the lane some for you. But guys, it takes time to reprogram your brain. So keep working at it. Now, it's easy to tell students to stop pulling in the clutch. But I found that once I explain this concept to them, they really start to progress in their training. So I don't like to always talk about what they're doing, but I like to try to explain to them why they're doing it. Now, I really hope this video is helpful when it comes to you progressing in your training. Now, until next time, you got it, guys. Practice, practice, practice. And ride safe.